Welcome to Our Sport. My name's Larry-Ola. I'll be your host. This is going to be a weekly YouTube channel focusing on the sport of college football. I'm running this with my son John, who's holding the camera. This is our inaugural broadcast. So let me tell you what I think about what makes us somewhat unique. There's a story about Bill Belichick. His father, Steve, was coaching at the Naval Academy. He was a legendary assistant there for some 30 years. And his father, Steve, would go around and collect books from libraries when the Naval Academy went on visiting games. And there was a story in 2006 that Bill had taken this collection that was his personally, and he had passed it on to the Naval Academy. He had wanted other people to have this wealth of knowledge. All these books are about the sport of football, and it said in this article that I read that there were some 400 different books and other periodicals there, and this was one of the large collections in the world, thought to be one of the largest collections in the world. So I was thinking about it when I read this because it seemed a little odd to me, because I happen to know a place where there are more football books that were even mentioned in this article, and they're here in this office. Now, when you have a collection of books this voluminous, you have to have a system of organization to be able to find the books that you're looking for in particular. Over here is our college section. This is organized by conference and alphabetically within the conference. Some of these you can tell simply by the coloration of the books what teams there are. Over here is Alabama, Auburn, almost every team in the SEC, of course, Tennessee. Over here, our ACC section starts, Clemson, Florida State, Miami, a small independent section, teams like Army. Some of these books are somewhat old. And if we have a book specific to a conference that is about the entire conference and not a team specifically, this book is about the Big Ten, the entire conference. We'll put that at the beginning of the conference section. Michigan, Ohio State, over here, Penn State. We have books about all the teams, of course, but some are more numerous than others. There's a lot of books about the popular teams like Tennessee and Ohio State. Notre Dame, independent. We put them at the end of the Big Ten. Our Pac-12 section starts over here. Over here is our Big 12 section. Of course, we've taken out A&M because they're in the Southeast Conference now. If you look on this bottom row over here, this is a section that is not easily, we don't have books in here that could easily fit in one part of our library. So that's our general section. That's the best way to describe it. That's a pretty large section, as you could tell. Over here, this is our core. These are books that I really like a lot, I refer to often, or are just some of my favorite books. And of course, from the opening shot, the bibliography book is the most important book in the library because it tells you about all the other books. Now, that's not our entire library. We have a section over here. This is just our NFL section. This is organized in a similar way to our college section. We have it organized NFL team and then by division. All the NFC East is clustered over here, the NFC teams, the AFC teams. Over here, we have a section simply on schematics. Offense, defense, special teams. Over here, we have a section about the NFL draft. Love the NFL draft. It's intriguing, it's fascinating. And we have some of these scouting reports from players that are 20, 30 years old. It's pretty neat to look back and see how they were regarded. My son and I, John, we go to a lot of football games together. Incidentally, these are programs from all the games we go to. We have our favorite team, of course, but we love the sport in general. So we will go see any team. Any team, we will go to their stadium. We haven't gone to all the college stadiums. It's not from lack of trying. So up here on the wall, you'll notice these are cups from all the stadiums we've visited so far. College and the NFL. Obviously, like I said, we haven't been to every stadium, but we're trying. We might get there soon. So again, that's not our entire collection. Over here, we have what I simply refer to as series books. We could put these in with the teams in their individual conference sections. I just choose not to. Books with a template like this, I like to keep separated. I think it creates a more uniform look. And if I'm thinking I want information about the Texas Longhorns, I can get it out of the conference section, but I can pluck it out of here. For example, if you zoom in here, you can see all the different teams that this particular series is about, or this one. The Vault series, tremendous. This is about different teams, and these go back a pretty good way. They have a lot of replicated memorabilia within those. I could put them with the conference sections. I just prefer not to. Over here is the entire Phil Steele collection in its entirety. Phil Steele puts out a college preview magazine. I think it's the best magazine out there. I've had it since the first issue. I respect his opinion a lot. He does excellent work. He's very informed. I recommend it if you're into college football. Over here is more of a different series, what it means to be a Sooner, a Trojan, a Seminole, and over here is some miscellaneous NFL books that we have. Now, this is not a football book. It's just a part of the office that I think fans might think is neat. This is the map of the United States, obviously, but I had to special order this. This is not available in stores due to its size. And we have every team that plays FBS football or NFL football marked on this map with pins. We have a small system where all the NFL teams have clear pins, all the Power 5 teams have blue pins holding their logos, and all the G5 teams have yellow pins. We live in the Atlanta area, and John and I like to go to games, as I said, and we kind of look at this map sometimes and we say, how far away is the schools? Can we get to it this weekend? Can we make a short little trip? And sometimes we just like to look at the map, and you kind of have a thought about what certainly some college teams, what advantages or disadvantages they have just based on their location, and it just gives you a good overview of all the college football and NFL teams that are playing in America right now. Now, it's obvious from the amount of football books here and the lack of memorabilia that I really like to learn information about football. I like to learn as much as I can, and that's what all these books are about. I'm trying to learn as much about football. It's my favorite sport. It's the only sport I like, actually. And over the years, I started collecting newspapers and magazines, and I would cut out articles, and I would collect them and archive them almost as an amateur historian, an amateur archivist. And over here, you'll find folders of every single college team, much information as I could get about all of them. Over here, you'll find information on every single NFL team, and also other categories in these folders specific to conferences, rivalry games, the NFL draft, recruiting, everything I thought would be noteworthy at all, I would put in these folders and catalog. After a while, I realized that I didn't know if I had all the information. There was a certain point where I started archiving, and before that, I didn't have any information from that. So I would go online and I would buy an entire year of, say, Sports Illustrated from 1982 or 1968, or the Sporting News, for example. And you'll see it over here, 1984, 1988. Eventually, the plan is to have every article that's ever been published in Sports Illustrated or in the Sporting News or any magazine or newspaper I could find related to the sport of football. I want to make those folders as big as I can, and I'll probably never get to it, but it'll be fun trying. Now, is this the largest collection of football books in the world? I call the College Football Hall of Fame. I call the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Turns out the Pro Football Hall of Fame is more. Maybe you could say it's the largest privately held collection. I don't know. If somebody has more than me, I looked all over the internet. I couldn't find anybody that does. If that person's out there, I'd like to meet them. We'd probably get along. We're going to call this video channel Our Sport because I think it reflects there's almost a brotherhood among people who love college football. College football fans understand it, a tribalism, passion. If this office doesn't tell you about the passion college football fans have, nothing does. So we're going to be a weekly channel. We love for you to subscribe, turn on notifications, and we're going to give you our opinion. You may disagree with it, that's fine, but at least you know it's from a place where it's well researched. So we look forward to seeing you again.